Good morning, student. Today we are going to learn floral formula. Floral formula is the representation of floral parts with different symbols, numbers, and it gives the entirely a description of the flower. The floral formula composed of different parts. So let's see the first part. The first part of the floral formula is the symmetry. The symmetry of a flower. There are two types of symmetry. The actinomorphic flowers are those flowers which cut into two equal halves in any direction or in any plane, and it is represented by the symbol this. This is called actinomorphic. The second one is the zygomorphic. Zygomorphic flowers are generally cut into two equal halves in a single plane, which is also called as a bilateral symmetry and is represented by the symbol this. Next one is the sexuality. The sexuality of the flower is represented by either bisexual or unisexual. The bisexual flower is represented by this symbol. Well, the unisexual flowers are of two types, male flower and the female flower. Male flower is represented by the symbol and the female flower are represented by this symbol. The third part of the floral formula is epicalyx. The epicalyx is not generally present in all plants, but those plants having the epicalyx are generally represented by the word E, P, capital E and a small p letter. Then the next one is the calyx. Calyx is the outermost wall of the floral organ, which is composed of sepals, and the sepals unite to form the calyx. Is represented by the capital K. There are the different number of sepals, and this number sepal is represented by the number subscript to the K. If the sepals are fused, then the subscript number is written in the parenthesis. That is a gamosepalous condition. And if the sepals are free, then it is simply written as only the subscript 5 number. The next one is the corolla. Corolla is a second non-essential floral whorls which is composed of the petals. The petals, the corolla, are represented by the letter capital C. The number of the petals present or the composed the corolla are generally denoted by the number subscript to the capital C. When the petals are fused, this letter is written in the parenthesis, that is the gamopetalous condition. And when the petals are free, then it is simply written as the 5 number subscript to the capital C, that is a polypetalous condition. The next floral word is the perianth. A perianth is nothing but when the flower does not differentiate the calyx and corolla separately. When the calyx and corolla are present in a single entity, then it is called as the perianth and is the group of the tepals. The perianth is represented by the capital P, and the number of the tepals present are represented by the number subscript to the capital P. The next is the androecium. Androecium is the essential floral whorls which is present next to the corolla and is the composed of the stamen. Androecium is represented by the capital A in floral formula, and the number of the stamens are represented by the number subscript to the capital A. When the stamens are fused, then the latter is written in the parenthesis. If the stamen has a certain modification or the certain arrangement, then it is simply represented by its the arrangement. But the number are present subscript to the letter capital A. If the stamens are fused, that is are the united, then it is written as a parenthesis, and when the stamens are free, then it is written simply subscript to the capital A. The next essential floral whorl is the gynoecium. Gynoecium is the composed of the carpel or the pistil. The number of the carpels may vary with flower to flower. The gynoecium is represented by the capital G, and the number of a carpel are represented at the subscript to the capital G. When the carpel are fused to each other, then the number are written in the parenthesis, and the fused carpel condition is generally termed as a syncarpous condition. When the carpel are free, that is the apocarpus or the polycarpus, then it is written simply the number subscript to the capital G. Then the next is the position of the ovary. The position of the ovary is denoted by the line either under the G or at the top of the G. If the flower is hypogynous, then the ovary is superior and it is represented by the line under the G. It is underlined to the G. And if the flower is epigynous and ovary is inferior, then the line draw above the G, which represented the ovary is inferior, while the underline represent the ovary is superior. So these are the parts of the floral formula.